Shalawam, everybody. I hope you all having a blessed day today. Just got a few minutes of some time here. The only thing that's on my mind right now is for some reason when I woke up, I was thinking about the Most High uh, revenge. The Most High coming to our defense in judgment, because sometimes I think we have to realize that we have to allow the Most High to come to our defense in judgment. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't give judgment or take up for ourselves, like right there on the spot. Like if somebody is doing something to us, doing something to our family or our people. I mean, by all means, by all means necessary, defend yourself, defend your family, defend your people. But what I'm talking about by his judgment and by his revenge, revenge comes in like if somebody does something to you, the time passes and then you seek the revenge on that individual. And so that's when the Most High steps in and say, no, now it's time for me to go and seek that revenge for you. And believe you me, nobody can do it as good as the Most High does it. Nobody. It would never add up. Now this is going to be a story I'm going to share, and it's a story I share quite often. Some of you may have heard the story before, whether I typed it out, maybe I told it to you in person, but I have shared it before. It's something I remember. It's something that happened to me when I was younger. I never forget it. I remember it like it was yesterday. But this is some years ago. A lot of years ago. I was much younger, but I was in trucking. I've been in trucking quite some time now. But a long story short, I had got into an accident, so I got fired from that job, and nobody would let me back into a major job making good money. So basically, what I had to do is I had to take a local job. I had to go home and take a local job, but it really wasn't paying that much. They started me out like at $8, and then moved me up to 10. So I was already making like, about 1,000 a week before I had lost my previous trucking job at the time. So I had been reduced to that. But anyway, that job was a stepping stone for me to get my foot back in the door. But believe me, this story is leading somewhere. But anyway, I got this local job at home. I was getting trained by this older white man. He seemed to be cool at first, but then I started to wear different things, shirts, different scarves and things like that, different hats, things that I identified to our culture as, like as Black America, things I identified as being our culture at the time, things that represented us. But he didn't like that too much. Matter of fact, it brought the prejudice side out of him. It brought the prejudice side, and I started to see who he really was. So he started to attack me, verbally. And it just, it was getting on my nerves, but I would try to ignore him because, like I said, I needed that job to get my foot back into the door to go back to the level I was or and beyond. But he started attacking me. Now, where it really pissed me off is one day I came to work. This was on a Thursday. I'm gonna walk it down. This was on a Thursday. He didn't only attack me verbally. He decided to grapple me and kind of, shove me around a little bit, and I let it go. But it pissed me off. Like, as a matter of fact, the more I thought about it throughout the day, it pissed me off more and more. Like, it really got me angry, and I went home angry that day. I mean, I was so mad. I went to sleep mad, and I woke up furious. And I had already made up in my mind when I had woke up that morning that as soon as he say something, I was going to punch him in the face. I was going to beat him down right there on the spot in front of everybody. So I already planned everything out on my mind. and I was going to do it. I was going to execute, my own revenge, and it was going to be my own glory, basically, for what he had done to me, the day before. I was going to let him know, hey, you just can't say this and then put your hands on me and think you're going to get away with it. I was going to let him know something. And I was already prepared to get fired and get locked up, because I knew they was going to do both. I was going to get fired, and I was going to get, I was going to catch an assault charge. I was just waiting for him to say something smart. But anyway, as I'm driving to work and I already got this plan in my mind to do that, that's when the Holy Spirit, the Ruach, spoke to me and said, you ain't going to do nothing to him. You ain't going to lay not one hand on him. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, why not? But anyway, that pissed me off. I wasn't pissed off with the Most High. I was pissed off because I really wanted to smack him around. Like I wanted to beat him down. I was serious about that. But I decided to obey the Ruach. I gritted my teeth when I said it, like, okay, but I was mad. I was real mad. And he did proceed on that day to say smart things to me. But like I said, I went ahead and decided to obey the Ruach. But anyway, this was on a Friday. So we went home on a Friday, then Saturday came. A bad thunderstorm came through that Saturday evening. And it was so bad, it was a severe thunderstorm, and it produced a tornado that came through Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where I lived at the time. And it went through this place called Randolph County. So that tornado, well, the next following day, which was Sunday, I woke up and the Ruach said, go turn on the news. So I went and I turned on the news, and I seen him on the news picking up a whole bunch of things. And come to find out, the news was talking as I was listening. The tornado that came through Greensboro and went through Randolph County. See, he lived in Randolph County. It didn't tear up nothing else. No other buildings, no other houses, no nothing. It only destroyed his house. That was crazy. I mean, it went out in the middle of nowhere. Went straight to his house. He lost everything. I'm talking about, this was a house that been in his family. It was passed down. He added on to the house. He put a whole lot of money into it. Whole lot of money. It was a big old pretty house. And it was his. And he lost it all in a matter of a few minutes. So he lost everything he had. All he had was his pickup truck. That was it. He lost everything. And right when I was looking at this on the news, and the company was working for sent some other trucks out there to help him try to salvage what they can that was scattered all over the place. But I'm looking at it, and that's when the Ruach spoke to me and was like, the Most High was like, that was me. I did that. And I was like, whoa. You see? I was like, whoa. I was like, wow. And now you would think at a time like that, I would probably be happy. But I was happy that the Most High came to my defense, and he established his own glory, because it's about him, even though he defended me. But he was showing who he was to him through me, because he came to defend me, just like when he brought our people out of Egypt, the same scenario. This is about the Most High. But I wasn't happy about the situation. I mean, I felt bad for the guy. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, I was just going to go smack him around, beat him up. But I was like, Dad, you took everything he had. I was like, Dad, he lost everything he had. He had to start all back over from scratch. Now, it ain't over. This Monday we going back to work. He still has to work, get his check, I guess start all back over, But anyway, I went back to work Monday morning. He's pulling in as I'm pulling in the driveway. And I noticed that he didn't look at me at all. He didn't acknowledge me. He didn't look at me. And I'm thinking in my mind, that's strange. But we get out the car. We go in the building. We start our day at work. We're doing our deliveries or whatnot. Coming back to the building, picking up, delivering. But anyway, for the next 3 months, he never looked me in my eyes. He never spoke to me. He never said anything at all. He never touched me, no nothing. for the next 3 months I was there. Matter of fact, when we came around, if we was in the same area, he would completely avoid me. He would either go the other way, or if I was right there too long, he would find some excuse to be able to walk off. He wouldn't say anything to me. He wouldn't even look me in the eye. And I'm like, Dad, this is strange. But one day the Ruach again was like, he know I did this because of what he was doing to you. Now, I don't know how he knew. I just know what, the Most High was telling me at the time. So that's why he wouldn't never look me in the eye or talk to me or anything. He wouldn't speak, no nothing. For the next 3 months I was there, up until I left, nothing. I was just like, Dad, So you see the impact now that it had, that I allowed the Most High to go and take that revenge for me. I didn't have to do anything. And you can imagine that not only did the Most High get the glory out of this, but he saved me. Because if I had went and done that, although I knew what would have happened, that's exactly what would have happened. I would have lost that job, which was the stepping stone for me to go back to the next level where I was at and beyond. I would have lost that job, and I would have caught a charge. I would have got locked up that day. That would have been on my record. I would have caught probably been a misdemeanor or whatnot. It would have been on my record and everything. Got locked up, go to court, whatever, And I was thinking from my emotions. That's how mad I was, And, when I left that job 3 months later, that did get me back into the door. That was the Most High plan. He got me back to making good money again. Because 3 months later, I went somewhere else, and then here I am making $1,200 a week again. And then I stayed there for like 6 months. And that led to something bigger, to which I got my own truck. And then I was making like $200,000 to $300,000 a year. So you see, it just moved me up. Now that would have never happened if I went and seek revenge for myself, instead of allowing the Most High to react for me. And now again, I'm not saying that if somebody doing something to you, you should let them. But I'm talking about beyond and after. But I just wanted to share this story with y'all. I hear them knocking on my trailer. I'm picking up a load, so I gotta go. But hey, maybe that brighten up some of your day. I just felt like I should share it. And I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Remember, just allow the Most High to take the revenge for you. Okay, let Him establish His glory instead of you trying to establish your own glory. You know what I'm saying? And your own revenge. Okay, it always works out better when you allow the Most High to do it. Blessings to you all, and Shalawam.